Hello folks, and welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to do something a little bit interesting. I want to address some of the questions that I asked in my last video and some of the topics that I discussed in a little bit more detail. So I appreciate you guys who let me know your thoughts, your opinions on all of the crazy stuff that is going on. Today I just kind of wanted to go a little bit more into detail about kind of some of the topics and questions that I brought up and that I discussed, and I want to share a new theory that I have with you guys about why movie studios will not release movies like Black Widow and Wonder Woman 1984 straight to digital. So this, of course, has been a topic that has been discussed a lot lately about, okay, might we see Wonder Woman 1984 released straight to digital? It was already announced that Black Widow was going to be pushed back indefinitely. So there's still a possibility that they could release their movie to digital, but a lot of people seem to be looking at Wonder Woman 1984 as possibly being released to digital, as they have still yet to announce that movie being postponed. So there's just kind of a lot of questions about what is going through the minds of the execs at DC. I just kind of want to share a theory about why I think that the idea of putting Wonder Woman 1984, or really any other blockbuster, straight to digital is just not something that they're even thinking about. And my theory is not by any means groundbreaking. It's not like I'm not inventing the light bulb here. I'm not coming up with something that, other people have probably not have considered or thought about. But it is very logical and it makes sense, and I just kind of want to discuss it. So what's interesting to me is that, people are so curious about whether movies like Wonder Woman 1984 or Black Widow will be released to digital based on, obviously all of the postponements, but also based off of what we've seen with Universal and the decisions that they made to release movies like The Invisible Man, Emma, and The Hunt, and that new Trolls movie. They're releasing that all on digital. And actually, the three movies, Invisible Man, Hunt, and Emma, currently are available to rent for $19.99. Which is very interesting. And then it's also been announced that Bloodshot will be released only 11 days after it premiered in the movie theaters, which is crazy. So clearly a lot of movies are following suit. And the other big one is Onward. Onward will be released. It's already available to buy. And it's going to be released on Disney Plus, I believe on April 10th. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's April 10th that I read. So you have all of these movies that are clearly making that big decision to put their films either on digital or on streaming platforms. So a lot of people are using that as, well, maybe we'll see Wonder Woman do this. Maybe Black Widow will be put on digital. But they're completely different movies. Like, you have these indie films. Now, excluding Onward, because Onward is a Pixar film. I mean, those movies make a lot of money. Those definitely aren't like indie movies. They make a lot of money. But you have these smaller movies like The Invisible Man, like The Hunt, like Emma. Some of these smaller films where it kind of makes sense for them to go to digital over some of these bigger blockbuster movies. And I've already addressed this topic before. The idea that these blockbuster films and some of these big studios, they would lose so much money. Disney would lose so much money if they put a movie like Black Widow straight to digital or straight to streaming. They would lose so much money because these movies, they have such high budgets. And yeah, I mean, they would probably make a good amount of money if they put, a movie like Black Widow straight to digital, and if they just gave it an expensive rental price like we're seeing with The Invisible Man or The Hunt or Emma, yeah, I mean, they would make they would make money. And they would also make money if they decided to put it on streaming, like they're doing with Onward. If they decided to put it on streaming, shortly after, its digital release. I mean, they would probably get a huge surge of new subscribers, and they would make a lot of money that way too. But they wouldn't make, I guarantee you, they wouldn't make even close to the amount of money that they would by just waiting this whole thing out, and, when movie theaters finally are able to reopen, releasing these movies. I mean, that just seems like the obvious decision to me. They wouldn't make nearly as much money doing it that way. Now, with indie films, it's a little different. A lot of these indie films, they're made for a lot less. You take a movie like Invisible Man, for example. That movie was made for like $7 million. And it ended up making over $60 million domestically and over $120 million worldwide. Now, it's kind of a rare case because it had such a small budget that, for it, making that decision to put their movie on digital wasn't that big of a deal because they already made such a large chunk of money compared to its budget while they were in the movie theaters. And that's what we're seeing with a lot of these movies. I mean, some of these movies have already been in the movie theaters. And even if you take a movie like The Hunt, which wasn't in the movie theater for that long at all, or you take a movie like Bloodshot, which wasn't in the movie theater for that long at all, it's much easier for them to make the decision to put their movies out on digital, because they actually have that cushion of the money that they made while they were in the movie theaters, versus a movie like Wonder Woman 1984 or Black Widow, which haven't even seen the screen yet. They don't have that cushion. And again, the same thing kind of goes with Onward. Now, that movie was made for a lot more. I believe the budget was between like $100 and $175 million, and they only made like a little over, like, I don't even know. I think they made it like about $100 million. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think they made about $100 million, a little over that. So as of right now, they've lost money with that movie. Still, they have that cushion. They have that cushion of having made some money from the movie theaters. And a movie like Onward can recover. I guarantee you that movie will at least make their money back, if not make money, through digital, through streaming, for people who really want to watch it, but they don't have Disney Plus, and they would rather just pay the $5.99 a month, for a streaming service that has all this content, plus they get to see Onward. Yeah, then they'll subscribe. So then you'll get this huge surge of subscribers, like I mentioned earlier, for Disney Plus, and Disney will make money that way. So I can see that happening with some of these movies that either have already been in the movie theater, even if they're not indie films, they've already been in the movie theater, and they have that cushion they have that $60 million cushion or that $100 million cushion of the money that they made from the movie theaters. Even if it's really small, for films like Bloodshot or The Hunt that were barely in the movie theater at all. It's still a cushion nonetheless. But then you have these movies like Wonder Woman 1984 or Black Widow or No Time to Die, or A Quiet Place Part 2. I mean, you have these people who really want to see these movies and they want them to be released on digital, but guys, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And I read an article, I saw a couple articles about the studios confirming for Wonder Woman 1984 that they're insisting on releasing that movie through movie theaters before they do it digitally. And I just think the same applies for all of the other movies. It's just not going to happen with these bigger blockbuster films. And this is where I want to talk about my theory. So obviously you have the obvious theory about, okay, they would make so much less money, releasing the movie digitally versus the movie theater. You have these people who have these watch parties. They invite all these people to their house to watch Wonder Woman 1984, to watch Black Widow, and all they really have to do is, and even if the movie was obscenely expensive to rent or to purchase, like let's say, Disney decided we're going to make Wonder Woman $59.99 to rent for over a 48-hour period. Let's just say they did that. Still, if you invited like 8 people over to your house or more, even though you're probably not supposed to be doing that with everything that's going on. Even if you invited 8 people over your house, imagine each of those people buying a movie ticket at the movie theater. That equates to a lot more than $59.99. You know what I mean? So it's just simple math. They would make so much more money through the movie theaters. But that's not even my theory, because I've already addressed that. My theory is the hype theory. I'm going to call it the hype theory. With having to wait for this time period, for movie theaters to reopen, for this coronavirus thing to settle down, there's so many people who are being forced to lock themselves in their house and not go outside. And with movie theaters being closed for the foreseeable future, a lot of people are, they don't get that movie theater experience. I mean, you have some people who go to the movie theater almost every day, if not every day. You know what I mean? And I don't. Like, I don't even go to the movie theater once a week. And I'm a movie person, and I don't go once a week. I love the movie theater experience, but I just don't go once a week, because that's a long. I mean, for me, that's a lot. It's a time commitment and it's a financial commitment, and I just don't do that. But you have those people who go every day or once a week or once every 2 weeks. I probably, on an average, go once a month. And it's even kind of felt weird not having that option to go to the movie theater. For some people who go every day, every week, this is weird. And it's, for some people, it's like, I'm so used to going to the movie theater. Now that they're closed, I am starving for the movie theater experience. So for those people who have to wait, however many months it takes for this thing to get under control, the day that movie theaters reopen, I can't even imagine the excitement that those kinds of people will have, and that a lot of other kinds of people will have, to go to the movie theaters once again. I mean, just imagine the headlines. Movie theaters across America reopen their doors, or movie theaters across Italy reopen their doors, movie theaters across Spain reopen their doors. I mean, imagine the headlines and the hype and the excitement that people would have to finally get to go to the movie theaters again, and imagine how much money the studios would make on a weekend like that versus on just a normal weekend. Just a normal weekend. Imagine how much money they would make. I think they will end up making a lot more money. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, yeah, but you also got to take into consideration the fact that whenever movie theaters do reopen, how comfortable will people feel going outside? Because it's not like this coronavirus is just going to go away. It's just going to disappear. It's going to still be lingering around. It's still going to be around. But I still think that excitement level that people generate after months of not being able to go to the movie theater, I still think that that's going to be enough to push a lot of people, to push a good amount of people out the door to go see Wonder Woman 1984, to go see Black Widow, to go see No Time to Die. I think it's going to be crazy. I really do. And I don't think that you would get that same excitement level for a movie like The Hunt or for a movie like, Emma. I just don't think you would. So that's why I think, indie films choosing to go straight to digital or to go to digital early. Because, like I said, all these indie films, it's not like they're going straight to digital. They've been in the movie theater. They've developed that cushion. They're just going to digital early, like really early. And that's why their price is a lot higher. So I don't think it's weird for those movies to make that decision. I would be absolutely shocked if a big blockbuster chose to do that. I mean, they'd be shooting themselves in the foot. They would lose so much money. It would be crazy. So, for big blockbusters, I don't see it happening because of that. Because I think that they know that they will make so much more money by going to the movie theaters, and I think that they will make so much more money than they would normally, given the circumstances, because of having to wait these months while the movie theaters are closed. And I think they know that, and I think that's why they absolutely refuse to go digital. They absolutely refuse to go digital because they know that people will be hungry for the movie theater experience, that people will be hungry to see the new DC movie in the movie theaters for the first time, or to see, you know, the new Disney, the new Black Widow movie in the movie theaters for the first time. They know that, and I think that's why they're refusing to go digital. And obviously they've done their math. They've done their statistics. They've thought about how much money that they could potentially make by going digital. But I also think they've done their math the other way around, and they've also taken into consideration all of this built-up hype and built-up anticipation and excitement for, oh, I can't wait until movie theaters reopen so I can finally get that experience. For that person who goes every day to the movie theater or every week to the movie theater, yeah, I guarantee you they're probably going to be camping out. I mean, I guarantee you're going to see people camping out and waiting to get in there. It's going to be crazy, I think. So, you know, and I think they know that, and they've done that math, and they've made the comparisons, and they know that that decision absolutely blows the digital direction out of the water. It just blows it out of the water. So that is my theory. And again, this isn't an original thought or idea. I mean, it's like, well, yeah, obviously people are going to be really excited when the movie theaters reopen. I mean, you know, you have a lot of people who are like going through withdrawals almost because they haven't been able to go to the movie theater. So obviously, you know, that seems kind of like common sense, but I don't even understand why people are even thinking or considering that, oh, they might do it. You know, they might do. If they do it, I will be absolutely shocked. And I'll come on here and I'll be like, I was wrong. I'm shocked. They did it. But I don't think they're going to do that for those two big reasons. Just the money aspect of it and the hype aspect of it. It's just not going to happen. But anyways, guys, tell me your thoughts. What do you think they're going to do? Do you think there's even the slimmest possibility that they might do it? Go ahead and let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you aren't subscribed to this channel, if you're a new viewer, then please hit that red subscribe button. I plan on getting some new ranking videos out there soon. I'm working on a Star Wars ranking video, and I would like to get that out soon as well. So if you would be interested in content like that, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. And like I said, get involved, create a discussion down in the comment section below, and let me know what you think some of these blockbuster studios might do. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, keep talking about movies.